course. Yeah.
Well, hello everybody.
Hello.
So when I became a comedian, I had to come up with a stage name, and I came up with Sunflower Julie. I just wanted to be nice to the MCs. I mean, I just met the guy. Making him pronounce my actual name seemed too cruel. He haven't done anything to deserve it. My husband wanted to participate in me selecting the name, and even asked around a bunch of our friends. So now I have a long list ready if I ever want to use it, if I ever want to become a stripper. I'm not sure he explained well what kind of club I wanted to perform at. So I've been going to a lot of comedy clubs lately, and one thing I noticed is so many comedians go for like really gritty stuff. Like every third comedian start talking about being molested by a priest or being on cocaine. I don't know whether it's a side effect of being a comedian or a prerequisite no one told me about. When they say something like that, I don't know whether to laugh or help them find a psychiatrist. Usually I have a dilemma. Do I want to have a designated driver, or do I want to make fun of my husband? Well, he's not here today, so no dilemma. My husband is great, but he does not have good memories for dates and events. In order for him to remember our wedding anniversary, I set it as a banking card pin. We've been married for 26 years. He still can't get cash out of the ATM. My husband decided to go on a diet and stop drinking, or at least stop drinking at home. So now, anytime he wants to have a drink, he has to walk out to the balcony. My husband loves different technology and gizmos and gadgets. He's trying to set up our home as a fully smart house. The problem is now the house is too smart for me. I haven't been able to turn on TV by myself in 6 months. So when my husband is traveling, I just walk around the house, cursing in 3 languages at Alexa, who pretends to not understand my accent. But then when he's back, I can very honestly say, oh honey, I missed you so much. My husband thinks that I've been buying too much stuff. Like the other week he told me, you know, last weekend I only bought one thing. You bought more than 20. Well, yeah, I went grocery shopping and you got a new TV. But no, over the years I have actually developed this health condition. I call it sleep shopping. It's the only way for me to explain all those packages that keep coming. It's actually very contagious. Now the whole family is affected. My daughter has a side effect. All her packages get charged to my credit card. I would be willing to go to a medical study. I think it needs to be researched. Doctors would not even have to pay me, just cover the expenses. I've always been very dedicated to science. We've been traveling, and one of the things I noticed that how descriptive the names of places are. You go to rainforest, you know it's going to be pouring daily. You go to cloud forest and you see the clouds touching tops of the tree. You go to monkey forest, they're full of screaming monkeys. Tequila forest was a disappointment. We also saw those giant turtles. They were so big. Oh my God. I was afraid one was just gonna eat me. Yes, I've been told they don't eat people, but haven't you ever cheated on your diet? We also saw some sea lions exhibiting almost human behavior. There was a large group of female sea lions sleeping on a beach, and this one large male was just walking around, walking one, then another, grumbling all the time. You could very well understand him saying, 15 wives and none is ever in the mood. It's not my fault if we go extinct. Then there was a bunch of adolescents, obviously large enough to catch their own fish, but they still came coming back to their moms to mooch of free milk. Then there was a smaller sea lion just chasing people around the beach, trying to use his aggression to compensate for smaller size. And in the bushes above it all, a couple of male iguanas were measuring who has the largest tail, not even noticing that female left 10 minutes ago, with the one male who was less self-absorbed. So we are in the election season again. I still remember when I only used to care about election for a couple of weeks, every 4 years. At least my liver had chance to recover. It's a good thing I have such a refined taste. I can't afford enough of the stuff I like to become an alcoholic. But you know what happens in the election year? Actually, the sales of sci-fi and fantasy book goes through the roof. The closer we get to the election, the more people want to leave this planet. Have you watched the debates?
Yes.
Well, I think people watching the debates should take a Valium pill. And people participating should smoke a joint. Honestly, I just want to be able to wake up without the feeling of existential threat. And I want to be able to go to a family function without getting into a fight with my relatives. That's all I want from our politics. Well, I think this is it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed.